Hello, grade 3. How are you? Today we will talk about the pattern and the arrays. So, pattern and arrays. We need to know what are the pattern and arrays, how can we define them, and how can we create a pattern and an array. Okay, at first we need to know the definition of the pattern. The pattern is a way that helps us to predict what comes next. So, the pattern is a way helps us to predict what comes next. It's shapes or objects arranged in order and repeated over and over again. Okay, so the pattern is shapes or objects arranged in order and repeated over and over again. We have here a picture. Contains of square, circle, triangle, and then square, circle, triangle, and another square, circle, and triangle. Can you see the shapes in this pattern and think about what the next shape will be based on what you notice? Excellent! As we notice that the orange square, green circle, and yellow triangle. This set of shapes are repeated again and again, more than one time. So, would we write a rule for this pattern to describe what was happening? Yes, of course I would. The rules help me to find what is happening in the pattern. So, I can put a rule which is adding orange square, green circle, and yellow triangle. Okay, based on the rule we put, can you predict what comes next? The yellow triangle here? Yeah, it will be orange square, and then green circle, and then yellow triangle, and we will repeat this pattern over and over again. Another example, we have here two patterns. Can you see the shapes in the pattern and think about what the next shape will be based on what you notice? Okay, I notice that I have green square and then blue circle, green square, blue circle, green square, blue circle. Can you tell me what comes after the blue circle? Yes, it's the green square, based on what I can see in the picture. And we said that rules describe what's happening in the pattern and tells us what to do to continue the pattern. So the rule for this pattern is green square, blue circle. Okay. For the next pattern, I have here a red triangle, yellow rectangular, and red triangle, yellow rectangle, red triangle, yellow rectangle. So I can say that after the yellow rectangle it comes red triangle, right? Because the rule is add red triangle and yellow rectangle. So the pattern will be red triangle, yellow rectangle. We will repeat it over and over again. Okay, now we have to know the types of patterns. We have two types of pattern. The first one is shape patterns. The shape patterns are set of shapes arranged in order and repeated over and over again. Okay, shape patterns, a set of shapes arranged in order and repeated over and over again. For example, I have here a set of shapes, which is green square, blue circle, green square, blue circle, green square, blue circles. So I have shapes arranged in order, right? And it's repeated over and over again. Can you tell me the rule of this pattern? Yes, the rule is repeat or adding green square, blue circle. So after the blue circle it comes green square and then blue circle. So as you can see, the shape patterns are talking about shapes, just shapes. Another example, I have here a blue flower and a red balloon. Another blue flower. Can you tell me what is the rule for this pattern and how can I continue the pattern? Okay, based on what I can see, at first I have blue flower and then red balloon, then blue flower. So I will repeat the blue flower, red balloon. I will repeat it more than one time. So after the blue flower it comes a red balloon. After the red balloon it comes blue flower and a red balloon, and so on. We will continue the pattern forever. Okay, the next type of patterns, number patterns. Set of numbers arranged in order and repeated over and over again in the same way. So again, number patterns are set of numbers, right? Because we're talking about the number patterns. So we have a set of numbers arranged in order and repeated over and over again. For example, we have here a set of numbers starts with number 0 and then 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Okay, who can tell me what are those numbers? Excellent. We talk these numbers in even numbers in grade 2. And we said even numbers are starts with 0 and we add 2 in each time. So the number pattern are like this. We add the same number in each time according to the number pattern that we have. Can you tell me what is the number after 10? We just said that we add 2 each time. So 10 plus 2 equals 12. Excellent. After 12 it will come 14. So we add 2 in each time and we will repeat it over and over again. Okay, we will take some examples. We have here a set of numbers, right? We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 and 16. Can you tell me what the rule for this pattern? What did you notice at first? We start with number 2. Number 2 becomes 4. So the number is increasing. We add 2 to number 2, it comes 4. So we add 2, the number is increasing. When we add 2 to number 4, it comes 6. and 6 plus 2 becomes 8. 8 plus 2 becomes 10. So we will add 2 in each time. So the rule for this pattern will be plus 2. Plus for adding and 2 for the number that we will add. So when I have an increasing pattern, I will put the sign plus. And we have to know how much it increased, and we will put the number just for the example that we have take. We have here 2 plus 2 equals 4 plus 2 equals 6 plus 2 equals 8 plus 2 equals 10 plus 2 equals 12, 14 plus 2 equals 16. So the rule will be plus 2. Another example, we have here another set of numbers. The first number is number 14, 40, 36, 32. Okay, so at first I have 40. The 40 becomes 36. Does the number increase or decrease? We said increase when we add, but decrease when we take away. I have here 40 apples. The 40 apple becomes 36. So it decreases, right? Because I take away. 40 is bigger than 36. But how many apples I take from the 40? Then it becomes 36. Excellent. It's 4. So at first I have 40. I take away 4 becomes 36. And I take away 4 and it becomes 32. So 32, I will take away another 4. So 32 minus 4 equals, excellent, it becomes 28. And then I will take away 4 from the 28. So 28 minus 4 equals, excellent, 24. So the rule is minus 4. Minus 4 decreasing because the pattern is decreasing. We take away numbers. And 4 for how many numbers that we take away? So 40 minus 4 equals 36. 36 minus 4 equals 32. 32 minus 4 equals 28. 28 minus 4 equals 24. Minus 4 equals 20. Minus 4 equals 16. So the rule is minus 4. The rule is minus 4. Minus because the pattern is decreasing, and 4, number 4, because the pattern is decreasing 4 in each time. Okay, we take patterns and we want to summarize the pattern. At first we say that the pattern is a way that helps us to predict what comes next. There is a rule for a pattern and we can find it by eye when it comes with shape patterns, and we also said that we can see the shapes in the pattern and think about what the next shape will be based on what we notice. And we said The rule describes what's happening in the pattern and tell us what to do to continue the pattern. The next thing we will talk about is arrays. What are the array? Okay, I have a new kind of patterns to share with you, and it's called an array. Array is a kind of pattern, contains of a set of objects, shapes, or numbers arranged in rows and columns with no gap. So, array is a kind of pattern, contains of a set of objects, shapes, or numbers arranged in rows and columns with no gap. Now, I will show you two pictures. One of them is an array and the other is not array, and you will tell me what you notice. The first picture I have here, set of smile faces, right? I have here 3 smile faces in the first row and 3 smile faces in the second row. And I also have 2 smile faces in the first column, 2 smile faces in the second column, and 2 smile faces in this third column. So I have here a set of shapes arranged in order in column and rows, and there is no gap between them. I don't have any missing parts in this picture. But look at the second picture. I have here a set of smile faces. I have 3 smile faces in the first row, but I have just 1 smile face in the second row. And I have 2 gaps here. I don't have any smile faces in these 2 gaps. So, as we said, the array is set of shapes arranged in order in rows and columns with no gap. So now I can say that the first picture is an array, but the second picture is a non-array. Okay, examples of arrays and non-arrays. Okay, what you see here in this picture, I see a set of shapes, right? In order, arranged in rows and columns. I have here 2 rows and 2 columns, and I have no gap between them. So this picture is an array. The next one is a set of rectangle. I have here 2 in the first row and 1 in the second row, and I have here a gap. So this is non-array. This picture, I have a set of hearts arranged in rows and columns with no gap between them. So this is an array. The final picture is a set of shapes. I have 2 rows and 3 columns with no gap. So this is an array. Okay. Where can we see arrays in our real life? Okay. Here you are, some pictures in our real life, just as we have here a set of eggs, right? Back of eggs. It's rows and columns. have here a set of water bottles. It's arranged in also rows and columns. Okay, the mobile, the phone, the applications and the phone are arranged in rows and columns. The Coca-Cola cans, also a set of cans arranged in rows and columns. The windows of this house is an array which is arranged in rows and columns. The chess, right? So we see arrays in our daily life, in everywhere actually. Okay. Arrays are arranged in rows and columns with no gap. So we should know what is the meaning of rows. The row is like this. Row is horizontal. So the row is horizontal. It comes right and left. So row is horizontal. It comes right and left. How many rows do we have here? We have a 1 row, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 4 horizontal rows. How many hearts in each row? I have here the first row. How many hearts in the first row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the second row I also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 4 rows and each row has 5 hearts. Again, row is horizontal. It comes right and left. But the columns are vertical. It comes up and down. So columns are vertical. It comes up and down. How many columns do I have here? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I have 5 columns. How many hearts in each column? Let's count in each column. So I will take this first column and count 1, 2, 3, 4. The second column 1, 2, 3, 4. The third column 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 5 columns and 4 hearts in each column. Okay? Okay. How can we use arrays to know the total number of fruits? We have here a set of fruits. This is a picture of a set of fruits. And I want to use the array to know what are the fruits do I have, or what the total number of fruits do I have. Okay, we can use arrays to show repeated addition. And when we repeat something, that means we do it more than one time. So we will repeat the addition. So we will add more than one time. Okay, I have here a set of fruits, which is an array, right? I have here array. Why? I have set of fruits arranged in rows, actually 4 rows, and columns, 3 columns with no gap between them. So I have 4 rows, 3 columns with no gap, so it's an array. How can I use the array to find the total number of fruits? I want to know what is the total number of fruits in this picture. Okay, we said that we have 4 rows, right? We said the row is horizontal, come right and left. The column is vertical, comes up and down. So we have 1 row, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 4 rows and 1, 2, 3 columns. Okay, but how many fruit do I have in the first row? I have here the first row. How many fruits? Let's count together. 1, 2, 3. So I have 3 fruits in each row. And I have 4 rows. So I will repeat number 3, 4 times. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Okay, so I have 12 fruits in the whole array. And I also can use the columns to know how many fruits do I have in total. We said that we have 3 columns, right? Okay, but how many fruits do I have in each column? Okay, let's count together. This is the first column. Remember, we said that the column is vertical, goes up and down. Okay, I have here 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 fruits in the first column, and I have 4 fruits in the second column, and 4 fruits in the third column. So I will repeat number 4 3 times. 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12. So we have 12 fruits in the whole array. So we can use the repeated addition in arrays to find the total numbers of the shapes or the fruits. How can we name the array? Anything in this life has a name. How can we name the array? We have here a rule. The rule said that number of rows by numbers of columns. So number of rows by number of columns. Let's take an example. How many rows do I have in this array? Let's count them together. Remember, row is horizontal. It comes right and left, and column is vertical. It comes up and down. So let's count. I have 1 row, 2, 3, 4, right? So I have 4 rows. And how many columns? 1, 2, and 3. So I have 3 columns. Based on the rule, I just said number of rows by number of columns. So the array is 4 by 3 array. So we have a 4 by 3 array. Okay. So this is the end of our lesson. Let me remind you that today's lesson was about the pattern and the array. We said the pattern is a way that helps us to predict what comes next, and it helps us to predict what comes next. And we have to find the rule of the pattern so we can continue the pattern. As you know, the rules describe what is happening in the pattern, so we can continue the pattern. We said that we have two types of patterns: the shape patterns, which is talking about shapes, and the number pattern, which is about numbers. We just have to find the rule and continue the patterns. When the pattern is increasing, we have to use plus. If it's decreasing, we use minus. The other side of the lesson is array, and we said array is a type of patterns. Array is shape, objects, or numbers arranged in order in columns and rows with no gap. So the array is a kind of pattern which is shapes, objects, or numbers arranged in rows and columns with no gap. And we said that we see arrays in our daily life. We say row is horizontal, comes right and left. The column is vertical, it comes up and down. We can use array to find the total number of objects that I have by using the repeated addition. And we said when we say repeat, that means that we add the number more than one time. To name an array, the rule is number of rows by number of columns. So this is the all of my lesson for today, and see you next lesson. Bye bye.